Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Madam. I'm Manhani Firdaus and this is my friend which is Nur Nadia. We are from in Bachelor Culinary Arts. So today we will present our CV assignment titled it is Role of NGO in Flood Relief. Okay, so the first point is flooding is one of the most devastating natural disasters that affecting communities worldwide. It occurred due to excessive rainfall, overflowing rivers, poor drainage, and even storm surges. In Malaysia, it caused major disruption to homes, infrastructure, health service, and agriculture. Next one is the farming industry is hit hard. Crops are destroyed, livestock lost, and food supply chains are disrupted. In urban area, flash floods, flash due to poor drainage have become common, especially in fast evolving developing cities like Kuala Lumpur and Selangor.
Okay. For the next one is climate change make things worse. For example, rising sea levels and
So impact of flooding is climate change make things worse. Rising sea levels, unpredictable storm, and destruction of ecosystem like mangroves and wetland have increased flood rates. This issue isn't just environmental; it is social, economic, and developmental issue.
okay. So for the next one is managing flood requires a whole of society approach. That means from the government to NGO and everyday citizen. Only through cooperation and sustainable strategies can we build resilience against futures disaster. Okay, for the short term is the first one is effective emergency response, and next is temporary relief camps, and the last one is protect vulnerable groups. And for the long term is sustainable flood management strategies, investment in smart infrastructure, enforce environmental laws, restore ecosystem like trees and wetlands, and the last one is educate communities on flood preparedness. Okay.
So for the next part is historical, which is uh, flooding in Malaysia isn't new. It dates back to the 1920s, affecting areas like Sungai Kelantan and Sungai Pahang. These floods was worse by low-lying areas and weak infrastructure. As Malaysia urbanized, flood became more frequent and severe, especially in cities like Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru. Forests and wetland were replaced by concrete, reduced the land's ability to absorb rain.
Okay, for the major flood event is the worst disaster in recent memory was the 2014 East Coast flood, which is over two 200 200,000 people were displaced and entire towns were submerged. Roads, schools, clinics, and electricity were cut off. This tragedy exposed weaknesses in Malaysia's disaster response. Agencies like NADMA and APM struggle due to limited resources, but NGO like Mercy Malaysia and the Malaysian Red Crescent play a major role in rescuing and supporting victims.
So more recently, the 2021, which is Klang Valley flash floods, highlight ongoing issue like poor drainage and unregulated development. These events show that floods must be managed through long-term strategies involving all sectors of society. Flooding needs a long-term united approach to manage it well. We must focus on early warning system, climate smart city planning, stronger environmental law, better infrastructure, public disaster education. But strategy alone isn't enough. Collaboration is crucial between government, NGO, private sector, and all citizens. Action must happen at national, state, and local level. We should also teach disaster awareness in school and run community-based resilience program. With planning, teamwork, and education, we can build a resilient future for Malaysia.
Okay, let's look at the current implication of flooding in Malaysia, starting with social impacts. Thousands are displaced yearly, many ending up in crowded relief centres. Vulnerable groups like children and the elderly and the sick suffer the most. Mental health issues are often overlooked. Victim may experience anxiety, PTSD, and long-term trauma, especially those who lose homes and or loved ones. Flooding also disrupt education. Schools close or turn into ev- evacuation evacuation centers, and many students, especially in rural areas, fall behind and drop out.
So economically, the damage is massive. For example, in 2021, Malaysia lost over 6.1 billion ringgit due to floods. Agriculture is badly affected, with farm destroyed and food price rising. Small business, especially in rural areas, struggle to recover. Many lack insurance and lose both asset and customer. Cultural flood disrupt traditional lifestyle and destroy heritage. Communities and displaced from ancestral land and important culture practice are lost.
And of course,
Page 11. Like,
there are health and environmental consequences. Stagnant water leads to outbreaks of disease like dengue, cholera, and
leptospirosis.
leptospirosis and hepatitis
Eh,
A. Clinics and hospitals are often overwhelmed. So for the last one is environmental consequences. Floodwaters also damage the environment, like causing erosion, water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Clearly, flooding impacts every aspect of life.
So the next one is role of NGO, which is who help during a flood. A lot of supporter came from non-governmental organization, which is NGO like Mercy, Malaysia, and Islamic Relief, also MRA. These NGO respond quickly with flood, water, hygiene kits, and shelters. For example, during the 2021 flood, Mercy, MERCY, Malaysia had over 15,000 victims.
They also support long-term recovery. For example, rebuilding homes, offering trauma counseling, and running community workshop on flood preparedness. Okay, what makes NGOs special is their flexibility and local knowledge. They can move faster than government agencies and know what communities need.
Nice. Mm. But individually, citizens play a big role too. Many people volunteer, donate, and help neighbor during a flood. Even social media is used to coordinate rescue effort and raise funds. This shows that everyone, from official agency to ordinary people, has a role in flood relief. Cooperation is key to building resilience. That's it.
Okay, for the personal reflection is through this assignment, we have realized how important community support and social responsibility are. Flood affect of all of us, and anyone can help, even culinary arts students like us. So we have learned that food is more than just a skill; it's a lifeline. We could volunteer at mobile kitchens, help prepare meals for evacuees, or join food aid programs during disasters. This experience also helped us build soft skills like critical thinking, teamwork, and empathy. It opened our mind to career path that combine cooking with community service. In the future, we hope to contribute to disaster relief and food banks using our skills not just for business but to serve humanity in time of crisis.
Okay. To be a chef is not just about food, it's about feeding the soul of a community, especially when they need it most. So, as a conclusion, flooding is more than just a weather problem, it is a national challenge that demands social, environmental, and economic action. And thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope it helped raise awareness about the urgency and sustainable flood management in Malaysia.
So that's all from us. Thank you.